Okay, so what's going on? I want to speak on this right quick. Um, about this white woman who was killed during the Charlottesville, Virginia rally protest behind a fucking statue. And I'm gonna have the article in the description box. I did this video earlier reading the article, and I decided not to post that one. I'm actually going to post that one to my Facebook. But there was some things that was mentioned in that article that I wanted to speak on, and the first thing I wanted to speak on was her being a social justice warrior. He said that she was passionate about social justice, and this brings me back to a video that I did about a month ago concerning white abolitionists and where are they today. And the reason that came back to my mind was because social justice warriors are out there, but then again, we never really know, or me myself, I never really know you never know their intent. I'm put it like that. You never know what a person's intent is until it's really time to go there. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're really passionate about this social justice warrior thing, you know what I'm saying, I have to see some action. And that goes to the people who come to my channel, who want to debate and argue, liberals mostly, and say, don't stop being racist. You can't fight fire with fire. How can you fight against hate with hate? You see what I'm saying? Mostly those people. You see what I'm saying? And I always tend to ask these people on YouTube, Facebook, wherever, what are you doing to your own people to stop them from the racism that they propagate? And it tends to get quiet after that. Normally the conversation would shift and take another direction on another topic about, how educated I am and whatnot. But this woman, I forget her name, Heather Heyer, 32 years old, was not in the face of a Negro, not in the face of a black, not in the face of a BT-1000, not in the face of a coon or any of that. She was in the face of her own people. And many of you who've been with me know that, recently, I've came into contact with the white guy. Follow his Facebook. I follow his. I'm on his YouTube. I don't think he's posted anything in the past year or so. But I say that Elijah Hamilton is the only white person that I could give a pass, that when it comes to an all black anything, I would let him in. Now, this white female, on the other hand, I would say that she has earned my respect by default. I can't say that she's a white abolitionist. I can't say that she really loved black people, or she died for black people. She probably loved black people, but I can't say that she died for black people, because her death was not. She didn't go to Charlottesville with the intention to die. She went to Charlottesville with the intent of making her voice heard, or to say that, she participated in something that, as far as her resume concerning what she's done for black people. This woman's death is, it's hard to pinpoint what direction I want to send this woman in, because a lot of white people will look at this woman's death and say that, see, she died for black people. She died for what she believed in, and she believed in equality and justice, and things like that. And I can't say that this woman had intent. We cannot say that with certainty that she died for what she believed in, being that she did not. We don't know if she went to Charlottesville with the intent to die. She was going up against her own. And how do we know if she has had heated debates with her own, where it came to fist fights, where it came to her about to lose her life? And this had to have happened on more than one occasion. How do we know that? I cannot say that she has. Many of those white people who went up there to Charlottesville to express their voice and be anti-white supremacists, to be anti-national, white nationalists, we really can't say that they went up there with the intent to die. See, the difference between a white abolitionist and the white social justice warriors is the white abolitionists, they put themselves out there on the line. They knew that they were going to die. Not for what they believed in, but not, let's say, I won't say not for what they believed in. I'm going to put it like this. They didn't die because they saw a future where blacks would be free. They didn't like what was going on. And maybe they hope for the best. But as I put that video in the description box, how I feel about white abolitionists, and I believe it's about 20-30 minutes long. I can't remember how long it was. But I can't even trust white abolitionists. So if I can't trust white abolitionists, there's no way that I can trust a white social justice warrior. Heather Heyer's death was in vain, because racism isn't going anywhere. She was just another casualty of war. Had she been on the right side of the war, maybe she would still be alive. I know that this sounds tough. I know that this is, hard for white people who are liberals to take in. But I need white liberals to understand this, that just because you have a form of empathy for minorities who are mistreated in America, that doesn't get you any kudos. And if you die for a belief that minorities may one day not have to worry about police brutality and other discriminatory acts that are propagated against us, then your death will be in vain as well. This system does not change until those who are propagating the oppression have changed. And just like we tell Black Lives Matter activists to, stop marching because marching doesn't change anything. You have to stop protesting because protesting doesn't change anything. The only thing, and you know this, and I'm talking to white people, liberals mostly, in order to get the establishment to change, and that's what Tarian calls it, the establishment, and that's what it is. In order to get them to change, you have to get with them on their level. What you're doing out there in the streets, protesting and anti-rallying, and is nice. It's good for publicity, but you can't lose your life in a board meeting, city council, letter to the government, with town hall. I think I already said that. You have to get with them on their level. By politicians. These are the things that are taught to us by our elders, like Dr. Claude Anderson, Umar Johnson. That we have to buy politicians. If we are speaking here as Americans, if we want to do this thing, and I don't believe in that term the least, the American dream, all that bullshit. And this is why this woman lost her life. I'm going to go and skip all the bullshit and get straight to the point. She lost her life simply because she believes in something that does not exist. And that is the American dream. The American dream does not exist. I believe it was, I forget the comedian's name, but he's a white guy, old. I believe it's George Carlson, something like that. Said that the American dream only makes sense when you sleep. And you're not really woke. You're not woke at all if you think that the American dream is something that can be achieved. These people went out and stood in front of a Thomas Jefferson statue. James E. Lee, I believe that's the white guy's name. His statue. Thomas Jefferson was a president of America. And if Thomas Jefferson was a racist, slave owner, who believed in the degradation of black people and no equality, I mean, how many other presidents do you think did not believe in the freedom of black people, the continuation of our degradation? This woman's life was wasted due to a false notion that this dream that's always promoted mainly by conservatives, that the American dream is something that can be achieved. To the family of this woman who was slain, there was 2 others that were slain. This is going to be hard for you to hear, but you probably should have let her stay at home, because when it comes to racial issues, understand that you have to have learned that from today. that yesterday. You had to understand. You have to know now that whenever you get involved with racial issues, when tensions are not even that high, you all will lose your life behind some Negroes and a false dream that can never be achieved. This is Brother Demuzi, Brother Tammuz. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll see y'all next video. Peace.